Hey everybody, how's it going? We're going to quickly go over my Witch Doctor build I'm currently using right now. I'm trying to make these videos a little shorter, that way they're not 15 minutes in length or whatever. So let's quickly go over the skills that I have. Alright, primary Plague of Toads with Adeline Toads. This one gives 50% chance to confuse affected enemies for 4 seconds. Great for creating a lot of confusion, helping things out, CCs. Secondary Locust Swarm Pestilence for spreading pestilence as quickly as possible. Without Pestilence, it does seem to go rather slowly. You can get more damage, but I like the way Pestilence works. It'll get everything on the screen, even off screen. Decay Piranhas, Zombie Piranhas. I use this for the damage increase. Also, Zombie Piranhas will actually leap out of the pool, so it gives a greater area of effect. Gargantuan Big Stinker for the poison damage, since this is primarily a poison build. 45% damage to all surrounding enemies, so good for AoE also. Haunt with Resentful Spirits, great dot, 4,000 weapon damage over 12 seconds. And then also I used Resentful Spirits. This will actually haunt 2 enemies at once, so that way you could get two different enemies, and these will jump around. So essentially I use this after I get everything up. And then finally, summon zombie dogs, rabid dogs. Gives them poison damage, 30%. Weapon damage, physical per hit. And then passive skills, Grave Injustice, 1% maximum life reduction cooldown, 1 second, everything whenever enemy dies within 20 yards. So this is good for keeping up your piranhas whenever you want to. And also if you have pet problems, if these die, then this will help too. Also good for giving your life and mana back when things are dying quick. Vision Quest, every time you use Plague of Toads, your mana regen goes up 30% for 5 seconds. This is great for pretty much any build that needs mana. Fetish Sycophants, always a good one to use, especially with the Plague of Toads, Adeline Toads, along with the Legendary I'll show you here in a minute. This one, great for DPS boost. And then finally Creeping Death. This will pretty much indefinitely keep up Locust Swarm and Haunt and Piranha's damage over time. Or damage increase. So that's my skills. Pause here if you want to go over it. Otherwise, I'm just going to go over the couple pieces that I have that really make this build shine. Everything else is pretty standard, but my head is quad. Well, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It starts with a Q. Anyways, Locust Swarm and Haunt now deal their damage in half the normal duration. So essentially, this doubles the damage of Locust Swarm and Haunt. That's why I'm using both of those. Great damage dealer. Things die very fast with this. You don't need this, but really you want to shoot for it. As far as I know, it's not too bad to get. Took me a little while, but I was able to get it. And then also Renho Flare. And you probably heard a lot about this. Plague of Toads now seeks out enemies that can explode twice. Now this combined with pretty much anything except for Rain of Toads will make it so that all your toads that you let out will home in on enemies. Now I think a single toad will go after a single enemy. Not all 3 can go after all 3. Unless they change something to 2.1. But otherwise, this will proc your Fetish Sycophants a lot. I haven't seen it, even Rain of Toads has nowhere near what this has on groups. So the reason why I went with Adeline Toads is just for the confuse. You could also use anything else too. The fire for the explosion, more damage, or more mana if you need it with the final rune. Otherwise, I just got the Thing of the Deep. It's essentially a good all-around mojo. It gives you gold and health pickup increase by 20 yards, which is, I haven't seen that really on any other class that has a legendary like this. So this will keep everything, you pick up all your gold. It's just more ease of playing. So otherwise, that's about it. There's not too much else going on here besides just crit hit damage. This is primarily damage, so I'm almost at 1 million. Toughness 4.8 million. Healing 30,000. Crit 45%. Critical hit chance 48.2%. Area damage 86%. And then poison damage increase 34. So let's go see what it can do. So this is just on Torment 1. It is viable for higher torments. The only thing is that since your defense will probably want to be around 6, 7, 8 million if you want to go too high. So essentially just plague everything and then toss out Adeline Toads to keep up your mana. And since your zombie piranhas will pretty much indefinitely be up once you kill a few enemies, you could always keep it down. So as you can imagine, on higher difficulties, things will essentially just take a little less time, or a little more time to kill. But otherwise, as you can see, just everything drops for this. I should have probably done this on a higher difficulty. But see, as you can see, Adelaide toads will actually pierce enemies. They'll hit them and then hit another enemy. And so that's where your procs for fetish sycophants come in very well. But even my piranhas will essentially wipe out groups with what gear that I have and legendary gems. But otherwise, that's my legendary gems are damage over times, 2 of them, and then the final one is the holy that will give a proc for a huge damage hit. But otherwise, yeah, that was a single. But yeah, you can also toss in some haunts, as you can see here. And then what'll happen is it'll kill everything and just keep moving around. So it's kind of like Locust Swarm, just a little different. So you toss those in, toss your Locust Swarm in, throw some Adeline Toads, back up to mana, back up to everything. This is actually, you know, this it was a little refinement. This is what I finally sat down and decided I really liked after getting the pieces that I did. Now you can change things around if you don't have these particular legendaries, but as you can see, if you do have them, it works pretty damn well. And without, you know, you just change a few things around. Higher difficulties, of course, you might want to change around some of the more damaging skills for defense. But yeah, just a blast to play. You know, you can walk through everything. In multiplayer, Adeline Toads really help with confusion, because you could even confuse elites with it. As you can see, Pestilence just ravages everything that it comes in contact with. So anyway, that's pretty much the build. If you liked it, make sure to like and or subscribe, and check out everything else. I'm going to be coming out with more Witch Doctor builds here. I have quite a few different types of ways to play. Yeah, I'm still working on my cold build. I haven't found too many pieces that really help it, but I'll get that out here soon enough. So anyway, that's the build for right now. So thanks for watching Dread's Escape, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.